Hello, my gorgeous Ophiuchus, and welcome to your weekly energy check-in reading. But before we jump right in and get started, I just want to take a moment, say hi, and welcome to new subscribers. I am so happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for becoming a part of this Ophiuchus tribe. As always, it is an absolute honor and blessing to read for each and every single one of you. That being said, we're going to jump in. We had a couple of jumpers here in the energy. I felt that they were very significant, so I wanted to leave them out here on the board and build from there. So we're gonna hop right in. We've got the Nightingale in reverse, the Panther in the upright, and the Peacock heading towards the future. This is one of those classic cases where someone notices your shine even before you do. I don't know who this person is in your life. Could be a friend, unfortunately for some, could be a family member, could just be someone on the outside on the sideline, someone that you don't even know all that well, who is really just jealous of the way you catch people's eye, the way you catch attention. You shine. You've got this, I'm kind of seeing the beautiful colors within the peacock feathers that just when you shift the feathers, how they kind of glow almost with those gorgeous like turquoise colors. So it's like you've got some type of something that really pulls people in. And there is someone who is extremely jealous. That green-eyed monster strikes again. They don't love the way that you shine this week. They're jealous of all the attention that you're getting. I feel like this person maybe was kind of growling so loudly, or I don't know what they were trying to do. I feel like they're just so angry about it. They could have just been thrusting like negative energy your way. For some, for others, you may hear certain things about yourself that are untrue, could be for others. What they've successfully done for, I want to say a little bit anyway, is distracted you enough that you couldn't hear what divine was trying to tell you. And what they're basically trying to tell you is it doesn't matter what this person's opinion is. It has nothing to do with you. Uh, it's not going to stop you from being who you are. It's not going to stop you from your forward movement unless you let it. If you choose to stand there and focus on what this random person is saying or thinking, or, you know, they're just trying to cause a mess for you. And I feel like Spirit's saying you don't have to let them, right? You can just keep moving forward and you can keep shining. And I feel like there are a couple moments of pause before you actually step into your future energy, which I feel like, for some could be a couple days, could be a day, could be a couple hours until you just say, oh, forget what that person says. They don't even know me, right? Or they don't know me well enough to have an opinion, right? Could be for some. For others, it's like they've always been a little jealous, of anybody who shines. Maybe then I want to say it's their assumption that people shine more than they do. It's because their focus is elsewhere instead of on themselves, right? I feel like your focus has primarily been on growing yourself and moving forward. And, that's what kind of creates that level of shine that you have. Yeah, there's a level of depth as well. And I feel like as much as in the past that's been something to kind of stop you or halt your forward movement, it's also going to be part of your strength in the future. I want to say your ability to feel, I'm getting very King of Cups energy from this. And this did actually jump out during the pre-shuffle. So I know it's really important here in the grand scheme of the energy this week. This whale energy, this King of Cups energy, it is, I understand my own emotions, right? And I also understand yours. And I feel like where maybe you felt like you had maybe too much sympathy for people who had done you wrong in the past, right? It's like you still wouldn't wish any hurt on anyone, even if they tried to hurt you. I just feel like that's the type of person you are. You understand that they're hurting in a different way, and that's why they act out, right? anger and jealousy is sad's bodyguard, right? We all know that. So I'm thinking that's what's going on here. So, it's like you don't bite back. You just finally realize that you need to step forward regardless of what this person is saying or doing. They're trying to drown out your divine directive. And maybe they were successful for a little bit, right? Maybe you even tried to heal a situation. Maybe you went back and forth with this person. I feel like there comes to a point where you just say, you put your back to them and you start moving forward along your path again. It's like, I've had enough. It's like, it's not fixable, or it's not fixable right now, or it's not something I need to focus on. Everything will work itself out in the future, right? But I feel like you realize that your forward movement is what's most important. So you've got a lot of abundance coming in. I feel like you actually step into the stream of it when you stop focusing on this negativity. I feel like I hear unfollow you in real life. So that could be something that you've done. It's funny how the spiritual and then the very physical kind of come in. Sometimes it seems like they don't match up, but that's what it can equate to. It's like, in the spiritual, this person is meant to slow you down, meant for you to take stock, realize who you are, and keep pushing it forward, right? It's just a little minor test. This person also learns their own lessons. I have a feeling it has something to do with their confidence and knowing themselves and where their focus lies, right? If you're focused on everybody else instead of yourself, there will literally be no forward movement. There can't be, right? You're too busy with what everybody else is achieving and getting jealous of it, and then there's stagnancy in this person's life, right? So I feel like they've realized that, and then they right themselves. It might not be anything you have to worry about. I feel like this is just your way of helping another soul learn a harsher lesson that they need to learn before they can kind of move like you do, right? Things are going to get busy. Things are going to get abundant. I want to say could be towards the end of the week, could be at the beginning of the week, could be as soon as today, right after you listen to this. The energy may switch. You may just decide that whatever this person is spitting is just unimportant, right? Just unimportant. I feel like maybe they tried to attack you because the energy is so sweet and nurturing and loving and kind. That might be the type of energy, or passive. You may have very passive energy, and they may have thought, easy target, right? To take out my frustrations on, or to take out my anger on. So I feel like they realize different. It's like the prey comes out on top this time, right? Or that's how it looks. I want to say this person is left in their sadness, but I feel like it also creates clarity, and that's what Spirit's trying to say. It's reiterating the message from earlier. This person learns things become clear when they get left behind, and then they're stagnant in their own energy, and you're not even looking in their direction, no matter how loud they roar or how much they crash, they kind of slash and hiss and spit. It's not going to gain your attention anymore. Not in that energy, right? I feel like if they came at you a different way, you would be willing to listen, but the way that they're coming across right now is just not, it's not the type of energy that you've decided you're going to deal with, which I love for you. I feel like really important to decide when someone's showing you a certain kind of energy that you're not willing to accept. The best bet is to give you to give them the back of you as you're walking away. I feel like that's the easiest way to show someone that the way that they're treating you is not okay, right? Please forgive me. My mouth is, I don't know, not working today. So hopefully things will get better as we keep moving. All right, we've got the starfish. I love to see it. I feel like you're so resilient. You're shining the way you're meant to shine. I feel like as soon as you kind of turn your back on the situation is when your energy switches it up. It's like a complete turnaround in your energy. You get lighter and then you start shining again, right? Yeah, you're one of those energies that can sustain it. And I feel like that's why you were meant to teach this soul a lesson, or to show them themselves with clarity. I do kind of feel like that's what happens. They end up looking in the mirror and than trying to fix themselves. You may never know about this, but just know that your energy and the way you've handled the situation teaches this person all they need to know, right? Yeah, you're going to build strong, build true. I want to say it's natural for you to kind of build strong, to build something long lasting, right? And powerful as well. These beavers, they build those dams that they literally block the flow of that heavy moving water, right? So I do feel like you're that powerful. You have that much strength in your building in the future, right? So yeah, I love to see it. This is all about you. You're passionate, you're purposeful, you're taking those steps along your spiritual path, and that physical path and that spiritual path become one. And I feel like that's where you're stepping, that's where you're heading, because you're doing everything in the physicality. Yeah, your unique energy is meant to shine like it is. It's meant to draw people in. You'll be doing that this week. May even be kind of really tapping in. I feel like once you kind of relinquish this connection to this lower energy, you cut those cords, you clear that energy, I feel like your divine sight, your psychic sight may come in a little stronger, your clarity, your wisdom. I just feel like it all kind of bubbles up within you and becomes that much stronger because you've decided to cut the tie with something that was kind of, I want to say, siphoning your energy just a little bit. Oh yeah, definitely. Anytime that happens to me while I'm reading, every once in a while when the energy gets really sour or gets really heavy, I feel that way on the inside. It affects me physically. So I can tell that this person, they were really kind of, the negativity was starting to kind of leach into your energy. And it was starting to change the way you moved, the way you thought, the way you felt, right? It was really kind of pulling. So I'm happy that you kind of sever that energy. You may have that divine lightning strike kind of come in. I feel like there's a clear knowing that comes in for you, or an opportunity that changes everything around. I want to say it creates distance. And I don't know if you can see this protective symbol here, but there's a straight line going down the board, and I wanted to kind of separate them like this. I do feel like this person gets kind of either left in the past, or energetically, even if they're kind of close by, they're severed from your energy. Spirit is like, nope, they won't be pulling on that anymore. You've made your choice, and your choice changes the whole energy. So that's what I'm seeing here. Is there anything else for the week ahead? No, I think that's good with this energy. Although I did pull another deck today, and I thought there might be a little something in there. This might not be a whole lot, but I just feel like there's something in this deck that maybe you need to hear for the week ahead. So we're going to hop in just really quick. All right, Spirit. Money tree. All right. This week, dreams come true. It says you will get what you have long desired. So monetarily, I hear a windfall. So it doesn't even have to be just monetarily, although I feel like for some of you, it could be money coming in. For others, I do kind of feel like this is just that windfall of energy as you step out of the old energy, as you sever, cut cords. If it is not a physical person that you were dealing with in the other cards, it could be just an energy of a conglomeration of people who kind of made you feel a certain way, and you had decided in your own mind to leave that energy behind, right? It didn't have to be a physical person. So I'm getting that now for some of you. It could have just been an energy you were carrying from a lot of different experiences that made you feel smaller or made you feel like you couldn't achieve. But you kind of just decided to leave that in the past. Best decision you ever made, because you step into your flow of abundance. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? What do we need to know? What does Ophiuchus need to know? Success. I love it. Look forward to it. That's what's coming in this energy. You've got success and choosing the right direction and actively overcoming difficulties. That's exactly what you've done or you're going to do this week. I love the energy. It's fantastic. Is there anything? We have perfect fit at the bottom. I feel like it says finding the right path. The fit with the soul, the ideal job or path, right? So I do feel like that's kind of what's coming in. Look, all that spiritual work that you've done has really opened up your physical path. It starts on the inside, radiates to the outside. It goes from spiritual into physicality. And I feel like it could actually be doing that this week. You could start to see the bloomings of physical abundance because you've stepped into vibrational alignment with that. So really gorgeous energy with it. Whatever you're putting your time, your effort, your energy into is going to grow and bloom. You may have new opportunities also this week, new job offers. I wanted to say new places to live. So for some of you, could be something like that as well. Could be moving to a new place this week for some. Is there anything else? Anything else? No, I heard no, no, no. Okay, we're good. Gorgeous energy this week. I want to say, like I said, whether it was a person that you had to kind of, I wanted to say put on mute. And I saw somebody with their phone, right? It's like, or the TV remote, muting the TV. I just kind of feel like that's what had to happen, whether it was in your own mind or actually with a physical person who was trying to slow you down. So I want to say gorgeous energy because you've conquered whatever it is. And then it puts you in alignment with your next phase of the journey. And you really do start to stand out even more so because you've dropped a certain energy. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. Let's see. All right, your initials, their initials, and any other messages that may channel through here. All right, we've got an R kind of raised above. We've got whatever you are, an N here, a G, an E, an M or a W, a D, an E, a Z. All right. First, middle, last name could be important. Could be you or someone that you're dealing with or someone that you're soon to be dealing with or someone that you're done dealing with, right? All right. You know, it could have even been a past person that you dated who was sort of, they may have been out of your physical energy, but not out of your spiritual energy, right? They were still connected to you in some way. They still were kind of thinking about you overly, or for some of you, like I said, it's a past lover and they were kind of throwing negativity your way and you decided to leave the past behind. And I feel like that severed all ties to what no longer serves you, right? And when you decided to do that, their connection cord, what was left of it, I feel like has been left behind, which is a beautiful thing, especially if it was kind of slowing you down and not helping you achieve what you wanted to achieve or getting where you wanted to go, right? I heard something about Taurus. So someone could have been dealing with a Taurus. I don't know why I wanted to say you could be a Taurus. Maybe listening in for an Ophiuchus. Could be. Don't have to be, but could be. Or soon to be dealing, you might have a Taurus coming in. And that's just for whoever it's for. Not going to be for everybody. I do hear something about divine masculine. You could be that divine masculine and stepping into your power, or you may have a divine masculine coming in because you've stepped into your power. It could be someone that comes to help you along the path. If it's more of a friendly soul that comes in, or for others, it could be the possibility of a romantic experience with this person coming up in the future. I do want to say it could be towards the end of the week and into next, I want to say. Or it could be any point in the week, but I'm kind of feeling more towards the end of the week. Or maybe that's when a connection solidifies and becomes something more physical. I hear something about roar and I'm seeing the lion. I do feel like you are taking the top spot in your life. And I do feel like I hear formidable. So I do feel like maybe people start to see another side of your energy. You go from that doe-like energy into the lion is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. So it's like you carry all of these beautiful facets, but I feel like maybe a lot of people hadn't seen your lion energy yet, but I feel like it's there. It's just maybe not something you had really tuned into before. I heard something about surfing, and then I heard something about the self. I see somebody trying to balance on a surfboard, so you could physically be doing that and having a good time. It looked like fun. Or that's just spirit's symbol for you're really gaining your balance through the emotional experiences that you have to go through. Those waves are waves of emotion, and then there's depth there. So it's like you're really kind of balancing yourself out, even with whatever's going on around you, right? I heard somebody is not going to be able to torture you anymore. So it could be, like I said, it could have been a physical person who just, whatever they do and whatever they say falls on deaf ears, right? Nobody seems to listen to them. You're definitely not listening to them. And I feel like maybe that's the worst part of it for this person. Once they realize that they can't get to you anymore, that no matter what they say, they can't hurt you anymore. It's like they're going to have to find something else to do with themselves. I see somebody kicking rocks, which I kind of love. It's like your energy is telling this person to kick rocks. So, yeah, I hear keep roaring. You may be very quiet, but your energy roars. So you don't even have to physically speak up. It's like your energy does that. People may come close to you and realize that you've got, I wanted to say, a predator energy. It's like you may have soft pieces and they may experience those from afar first, but when they come up towards you, they may realize that you've got a very powerful energy, one that I feel like can sway the energy in any room when you walk in, which I really love. Make sure you're doing it in the best way possible, which I feel like I don't even have to tell you that because you're stepping into really amazing energy this week. So you may realize that you turn heads when you walk into new spaces or when you walk into a space, even a familiar one, right? I just feel like your energy is that much bigger, that much stronger this week. I love it. Let's see, what else do we have here? What do we have for Ophiuchus for the week ahead? Anything else? Whether we talked about it or we didn't. Oh, wow. Ooh, come back. Great change coming in with the leaf, which I feel like, yeah, I hear turnover in the energy. So Spirit's just reiterating that. We've got the portal energy still very effective right now. You've still got Spirit on deck. And I want to say wrapped in the heart space. I'm hearing something I do to prepare for my readings. Before I turn on the camera, I cut my cords, I clear my energy, I get myself in the right headspace, in the right vibrational space to channel messages for you all. I work my protections and do all the things that I need to do before I turn on the camera. And I'm kind of getting that here. I call in my teams in spirit and I welcome them into the core of my being to help me move forward, right? And I feel like that's kind of what's happening for you here today. You may find a deeper resonance in the connection between you and spirit this week as well. Yeah, a deeper, more potent resonance. It just may vibrate within you. It's like they're not on the outside walking next to you. It's like almost within you, helping you take your steps. So, I feel like I heard Spirit knows when you're tired. So if you've been really going through it, but Spirit's like, hey, we got to get you to this next energy so you can start to relax into the good stuff, right? They may be helping you physically take your steps forward if you're feeling exhausted. I hear they're in the heart space. They're at the helm. It's like with you in the soul's inner compass. So I kind of love that energy here. We have the seashell. Now, we didn't really go through too much love, although I did feel a divine masculine coming in or coming towards, or maybe you are that divine masculine stepping towards. It's like once you step into this new energy, new options become available to you. So you may have something just waiting for you, ready to step into, right? We do have the teddy bear here. What that is for me is comfort and sweetness, and could be a gift as well. I saw somebody, it's like, it looked like a carnival and somebody handing someone a teddy bear that they want, or a big stuffed animal, right? It was actually one of those really big ones. I don't know, the ones that it takes a lot to win, or a stroke of luck to win, right? It looked like something like that. Okay, so I'm also getting when Spirit asks you, I've gotten this image before, so I love that this is coming in for you, Ophiuchus. It's when you've been holding on to a little something for comfort, and Spirit asks you for that little tattered teddy bear, right? It shows up as a teddy bear who's, you know, he's missing an eye and his little ears hanging by a couple threads, and it's been overloved and overused because you've needed every bit of comfort you had to get through whatever you did, right? And this is all about self-soothing and comforts, right? Within the self, nurturing the self. So it's like you've really done all you could, and then Spirit says, well, can we have that? And you don't know if you're going to get something back in return. So, but you hand it over anyway. And then behind Spirit's back is a bigger, more beautiful, it's like a brand new teddy bear, that one that's going to help tide you over through the next cycle. So again, that's what I'm getting. So I hope I explained that in a way that you can understand. It's so hard sometimes to put words to the vibration or the images that I get. But hopefully I've explained that well enough for you all. We do have this music note, and I always view this as the ancestor or spirit. So you could have song signs coming through this week. You could have a lot of song signs coming through. I want to say, if they are warnings, try to listen to them. I'm being drawn to a message I had gotten last night, and it was more of a warning, just to keep myself safe, right? So something like that could be coming through. It is not in an effort to frighten you. It is only to open your eyes to see the bigger picture. There will be good things, and then things that you deem not so good, right? So Spirit is saying you can avoid this, whatever this is, and, you know, we'll give you the message through a song. So I want to say, if it's something to protect you, take that for what it is. For others of you, it could just be a bunch of song signs. You may get a little bit of everything, but kind of try to focus in. Don't overwork your intuition there. It's like, take the first feeling that goes along with it. Your initial feeling is more than likely what it is. Spirit's not going to make you tax your energy, right, just to get the message. They're gonna give it to you. The first thing that kind of flows in, whether it's very, very small or something, you know, pretty significant, is more than likely what it is. All right, I feel like we have accomplished everything in the energy here. I do feel like blessings are coming in. A new form of comfort may be coming in as well. That new teddy bear could be gifted to you. That spiritual energy, which I really love. Big change. I think we've got it all. I want to say happiness in the heart space this week. I feel like you just feel whole, happy, and I want to say illuminated. I'm seeing the owl from the deck, so clarity. I wanted to say, oh, your dreams could be really, really big this week, especially with the full moon energy coming out of it. Your dreams could be very vivid as well. Again, could have some nightmarish energy there with a full moon. It is things that are being released or bubbling up to the surface to be dealt with. So no worries. Don't put too much energy into figuring those out. It's like, it'll come if it's meant to come, right? All right, that is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, become part of this Ophiuchus tribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.